Is your Nuke playstyle as effective as it could be? In this video I will show you 9 simple, city-side tricks on Nuke that any players can use to win more games. We'll break down real round examples from FURIA, showing you things most players completely miss. These aren't pro-only tactics, you can use them immediately in Premiere, Matchmaking or Faceit, whether you're playing solo or with a team. Let's get into it. This first trick might look simple, but it decides whether you win not just this round, but the next one as well. Especially on pistol rounds, one small decision here can completely break the enemy's momentum. Falcons are rushing ramp, and Yekindar reacts instantly by dropping down the vent to B. As soon as he gets down, he opens the door and crouches. This position is incredibly strong. Most of his head is hidden behind the wall, making it extremely hard for the T's to land a clean headshot. On top of that, the distance favors him. Most Falcons players are on Glocks, which deals very low damage at long range. Even though Nico has P250, he still struggles to find a headshot. Now this is where Nico deserves credit. On his first pick, he goes for a fast, short jiggle and instantly falls back. This forces the city to shoot and reveal his position, and as you can see, Yekindar doesn't hit him. On the second pick, Nico changes it up completely. He swings wider, crouches, makes a small adjustment to the left while staying crouched, then stands up, constantly moving, never staying in one spot long enough to be an easy target. Because of that movement, Yekindar could hit him in the head. When Nico backs off, Yekindar stands up as well, preventing Nico from pre-aiming him through the wall. A moment later, Yekindar crouches again and goes for another short pick, making sure he doesn't stay predictable or exposed for too long. Once again, Nico can't land the kill. Yekindar then spots two Falcons players and instantly adjusts. Instead of forcing the fight, he falls back and covers his teammate, allowing Falcons to fully focus on holding that angle. After reloading, Yekindar jumps to the right to escape. This jump is safe, and it also gives him valuable information about the terrorist positions. Moments later, m0NESY picks him and gets the kill, and once again, this pick is done perfectly. Before running through the door, he jumps, making it impossible for Yekindar to land a headshot at head level. m0NESY is left in a 1v3 situation, but Molodoi shuts it down, and FURIA secures the pistol round. There is also a small, but very smart detail from Kixan. He runs up to the wall, aims at this spot, and throws a smoke with a simple left click. The grenade breaks the glass and lands inside the glass room. Because of that, the cities can't break the glass themselves, stand on the edge of the smoke, and escape quickly. This is far more effective than throwing a shallow smoke in the same area. And this is the real takeaway from this round. Smart positioning, unpredictable picks, constant movement, and small utility details, especially on pistol rounds, don't just help you win one fight. They set you up to win the next round, and sometimes even the one after that. This is one of those habits almost no one pays attention to, yet it quietly wins rounds. You won't see it on the scoreboard, but miss it, and your team feels it instantly. In the second round, I noticed something very intentional from Yekindar. Instead of keeping all his grenades, he drops a HE grenade behind blue. Molodoi, who is playing Garage, picks it up moments later. A few seconds after that, the terrorists throw a wall of smokes. Molodoi tries to break it, but the grenade lands slightly too far. Later in the same round, Yekindar does something similar again. Before rushing main and pushing the door, he drops his smoke on the ground. This is extremely important, because if he dies during the push, his team still keeps the utility and can delay the A hit. This kind of plays matter even more when your teammates don't have money for their own grenades. As you can see, Keiserato walks into main just to pick that smoke up. This shows how disciplined FURIA are with their economy. The takeaway here is simple. Before you rotate or push a position as a city, ask yourself one question. Is my utility more valuable on the ground or in my hands? Small habits like this don't just save grenades, they save rounds. Now that you know how to manage your utility properly, you're ready for something even more important. Let's talk about how FURIA actually fights together, even when they have way worse weapons. This round proves that better weapons don't win games, better cooperation does. Yekindar once again buys a smoke and leaves it in main before dropping down the vent to B. FURIA are on a force buy, but they set up a smart trap near secret. Keiserato plays close to the wall, Yekindar stays out of angle, and Molodoi stays hidden behind the wall. When terrorist walks into it, Yekindar gets the kill instantly, and as you can see, Kyosuke never had a chance to react. Kixan then tries to jump out, but Keiserato shoots him down. At this moment, Molodoi picks to help, but m0NESY is already holding that angle and gets the kill. Notice that when Kixan picks, m0NESY doesn't overcommit into fighting Keiserato. Instead, he stayed focused on covering his teammate, which allows him to instantly kill Molodoi. After that, Yekindar loses the duel to Nico. Keiserato is forced to reload, so he falls back, throws a HE grenade, and kills Nico with it. Moments later, he loses the duel to m0NESY. Meanwhile, Teses then walks through the smoke on A and dies. Earlier in the round, Molodoi rotated from Heaven to B and dropped a smoke for Yuri. That allowed Yuri to resmoke the door. And seconds later, Teses walked through it. Yuri kills m0NESY and FURIA close out the round. This round perfectly shows that even with worse equipment, good coordination, clear roles, and smart utility usage can beat better guns. FURIA show another smart teamwork setup just one round later. Yekindar is holding ramp with an MP9, so he takes the close angle and covers the left entrance. At the same time, Fallen covers the right side. This setup is extremely powerful, because both choke points are covered, and neither CT has to worry about getting shot in the back. What makes it even better is what happened a few seconds earlier. Fallen fired some shots and then fell back, pulling the Falcon's attention toward him. When the push comes, Yekindar kills the first terrorist, but gets instantly traded by Teses. Now watch Fallen. He doesn't see anyone on the right side, so instead of staying passive, he swings to help his teammate. He kills Nico and gets traded. But because of that 2-man crossfire, FURIA end up in a 3v2 and win the round. You don't need perfect aim, you need teammates who play off each other. Even the most basic rotation can win or lose a round, depending on how you do it. Yekindar is playing in main and shoots the vent wall to break it. If he walks directly up to the vent, he would have to turn 90 degrees and only then drop down, which is much slower and far riskier. A terrorist could easily be waiting behind the door. What makes this even better is that for a split second, Yekindar keeps his crosshair aimed toward the door, ready for a Falcons player to pick. That small detail alone massively increases his chances of winning the duel. Even simple rotations matter, when you minimize exposure and stays ready to fight. Sometimes the best play is simply noticing what your opponent did wrong. Falcons throw their outside smokes again. Yekindar is playing secret and picks at the perfect timing, instantly killing Yosuke. He then scans through the smoke and finds Nico as well, before getting traded. What's important here is the smoke itself. Yosuke throws a very weak smoke. Because of that, both Nico and m0NESY can't see Yekindar and are forced to pick right just to spot him. One small utility mistake completely ruined the fight. If you learn to recognize weak smokes, you don't need perfect aim, you just need timing. This is how you shoot down a Nico round before it even starts. Yekindar starts outside, instantly throwing a Molotov behind red, followed by a flash. The timing is perfect. Falcon throw their outside smokes, and the smoke near red extinguishes the Molotov. That instantly tells Yekindar this is a fake. Terrorists move toward ramp. Now look at Fallen's position. Most of his head is hidden behind a box, making him extremely hard to kill. Together with Keiserato, they easily clean up the eco push. Against ecos, information is everything. If you read the fake correctly and hold strong positions, you don't give the enemy a chance to recover. Up to this point, everything we talk about gives you control. But now let me show you how the best cities use utility not just to delay, but to see everything. Yekindar flashes outside and throws a HE grenade from blue using a jump throw. The purpose is to break the smoke, allowing Molodoi to spot any terrorist crossing toward red. Let's go back to Yekindar on outside. When he sees the smoke and flashes, he throws a Molotov behind red to slow the terrorist down. He spots one opponent on the box, but doesn't repick. Instead he rotates into main. Now here's important part. Right after the round starts, Teses throws an extremely strong smoke from a specific spawn. He aims at this spot and releases it before reaching the end of the side wall. He then blows the door and throws a Molotov into main. The smoke lands perfectly at the door and allows the terrorists to drop vent into B. At the same time, Nico Molotovs hot roof. Because of that, the cities have no visual confirmation whether someone dropped vent or not. Later Yuri counters Falcons perfectly. He lines up a simple left-click grenade that destroys the smoke, letting Keiserato clear that position safely. Keiserato then follows up with another smoke-breaking lineup, allowing both him and Yekindar to gather information. Yekindar later jumps at single doors, a very safe way to gain information. That position lets him quickly check the B side and see if anyone is coming from secret, without ever fully exposing himself. At this moment, Falcons start moving toward ramp. Tess's kills Fallen, and the terrorists instantly commit to the B hit. Yekindar reacts immediately. He repositions behind the silo and waits. He kills Nico, who clearly doesn't expect him there. However, Yekindar then misses the spray and Quicksand trades him instantly. FURIA are left in a 2v4 and correctly decide to save. Utility isn't just for delaying. At high level, it's a scouting tool. If you can break smokes, force gaps, and safely gather information, you don't have to guess, you react. This next round shows something brutal. Even the best position on the map means nothing if your teammate can't help you. Falcons rush ramp once again. Yekindar is playing on the B side, hit in the corner. After some time, the terrorists rotate toward the lower bomb side. Yekindar has Keiserato in glass room for support, but Quicksand throws the exact smoke as in the pistol round. Because of that smoke, Keiserato can't help. He tries to break it, but doesn't find a kill. Yekindar kills Tesses, but instantly gets traded by Nico. This is a very risky position. If you don't have proper support, at higher levels, you will usually get one kill at best, and then you're gone. Good positioning only works if your teammate can actually help you. One bad decision here, and you get punished instantly. In the following rounds, Falcons throw their outside smokes. Yekindar breaks one, jumps on the box, and tries to scan, but gets punished. From Kyosuke's POV, you can see why. As soon as the first smoke blooms, he quickly moves through garage and kills Yekindar from behind. It's also important to mention the timing here. At that exact moment, Molodoi stops watching the smoke and starts climbing the ladder toward heaven. Because of that, he can only get a fast refrag, instead of preventing the kill entirely. In the 11th round, Yekindar is playing alone on outside. He starts with a Molotov, followed by a flash. Then drops a smoke in main for his 8 teammates and reposition behind blue. Once again, Falcons throw a full wall of outside smokes. This time Yekindar actually gets help. Yuri, playing around heaven, spots a terrorist near main and calls it out. And this is exactly where many players make the same mistake. Yekindar expects the terrorist to be focused on Yuri, or standing still, so he peeks. But the terrorist is moving. Yekindar loses the duel and dies. In another round, Yekindar hears terrorist on outside and asks Fallen for a flash. He peeks but doesn't expect a close range opponent and dies again. Falcons split the angles perfectly. One player checks red, another clears close left. Meanwhile, Kyosuke stands at the smoke edge and gets the kill. This is the key lesson. Even when you have utility advantage, teammate information, and a decent position, you don't always need to pick. Sometimes the strongest city play is doing nothing, staying alive, and forcing the enemy to make the next mistake. Thanks for watching, guys, but if you really want to improve, you need to understand more than just Nuke. Click on the video on the screen for Jacob Does 2 breakdown from Major. That's the next one you should watch. See you in the next one. Bye!